Hey there, everybody. Welcome into a third edition of the Locked on Astros show. Tonight, we're going to talk about what Dana Brown said about Ryan Pressly, about their internal options if Bregman walks, kind of a couple what if scenarios, and how I think trades will be a theme for this, not just free agent signings. So let's get going right now.
Jainel Diaz, this is Locked on Astros.
Hello and welcome to Locked on Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Heisman and Brett Htown Wheelhouse Chansey.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome into this edition of Locked on Astros. The hot stove is piping right now with all the news, and the guys on MLB Network are discussing all the possible things that could be happening. Obviously, the main topic of discussion is Juan Soto. We'll get into Alex Bregman. We'll get into them talking about looking for a suitor for Ryan Pressly. A couple legacy picks tonight to the Hall of Fame Classic Committee. Two new Hall of Fame members made it into the Hall tonight, and it was announced, and I'll talk about that later. So thank y'all for tuning in. Again, this is Locked on Astros. We are your team every single day. And this episode is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel is America's #1 sports book. Get a big return with FanDuel. Place a $5 bet, and you'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win that first $5 bet. Visit FanDuel.com today. Look, you know where to find me. I'm not going to tell you. You can see it there on the screen. I'm Htown Wheelhouse. Check me out wherever you get your socials. Say hi to me. Shoot me messages. Send me questions. If I can answer them, I will do my best. Wow, what a day. This is kind of like a playground for baseball nerds tonight with the winter meetings. And when you mention winter meetings to people from other sports, if they don't know about it, they just kind of look at you like, you're excited about meetings? I hate meetings, though. You don't understand. This is where the deals are made. The GMs are present. The players are probably present. We have been told that Juan Soto more than likely could sign a deal tonight. There's rumors flying around that the Yankees have offered between $730 or between $715 and $730. There's another rumor saying that the Mets have offered 15 years, $780 million. It's going to be insane whenever it does go down. And so I'll keep my X feed up and going that way in case something breaks significantly. I can let y'all know. I do know Michael Conforto just signed with the Dodgers a 1-year, $17 million deal. That was actually reported by Mike Feinsand. And so if anything with the Astros happens, we'll let you know. I don't think Bregman signs until Soto is like signed, until he's a New York Met. Look, I really thought there for a while he was going to go to the Red Sox, but I mean, who are we kidding? It's going to be a New York team. So let's get into what Dana Brown said. Dana Brown today was on tonight. They shared a clip from MLB Sirius XM radio on MLB Network, and they were talking to Dana Brown, and they said, look, what is your first priority? He's like, obviously our first priority is signing Alex Bregman. That's what we want. That is the first thing. That is item number one on the list. Sign Alex Bregman. We are very confident that we're going to able to sign him. We look forward to having him back. Then they said, okay, Steve Phillips asked him, what happens if you don't sign Alex Bregman? Let's say he walks. What are you going to do? Are you going to look for a trade? Are you going to look for a free agent, someone like Nolan Arenado? Or do you have internal options? And this is what Brown said. Brown said internal candidates is where we would look right now. He said they are 6 to 8 months or even a year away. I assume, for me, he's speaking of Bryce Matthews. Many scouts think that Bryce Matthews is still a year out. And then he said, and then I asked the question, could it come sooner? So Dana Brown said, sometimes these young guys come into spring training and they surprise us. Maybe they're expecting with what Bryce Matthews is doing down in Lidom, down in the Puerto Rican League with the 4 home runs, the grand slam the other day, that maybe he will find himself ready sooner rather than later. So it sounds like to me like they don't have immediate internal options as it goes right now. I think, and Eric's mentioned Arenado. Actually, he's mentioned Goldschmidt. Would Nolan Arenado be a guy that we would look at going after and getting? He had a down year, but look, after Mark DeRosa talked about him today, of course, Mark DeRosa coached him in the World Baseball Classic, so he's got some personal ties to him. Mark DeRosa seemed to like him. Yes, Shea Whitcomb, but he didn't mention Shea Whitcomb. He said the candidates are 6 to 8 months away. I think Whitcomb is immediately ready. I think DeCenzo is immediately ready because they came up and played. Someone that's 6 to 8 months away would be a Bryce Matthews. And 6 to 8 months from now, you'll have, here in a few months, you'll have the start of the season. But I think he's pointed to Bryce Matthews. He didn't say who it was, but it was one of those things. Now, my question is going to be about this. Do we know the Astros are extensively shopping Ryan Pressly? Okay. They are shopping the right-hander to the trade market. This is not the first indication that Pressly could be available. This was talked about like a month ago, but Bob Nightingale mentioned it again. It is notable because here's the deal. They are looking to the trade market, and who are they going to trade with? Could they trade with the Cubs, with the Cardinals, with the Blue Jays? The Red Sox have a lot of pieces you could trade with. Trying to think other teams that would be good trade partners. I know there's a lot of relief pitchers that are free agents. And yes, Susan, you're right. Susan mentions this, Brett. I think they pushed some guys too soon last year. I agree. I think they did it almost out of necessity, don't you? I don't think they did it because they wanted to. I think they did it because they had to. With the injuries at the beginning of the year, Eric Getty got started, I think, way too early. Jake Bloss did get pushed, and maybe he was forced because they were already talking about trading him anyways. I don't know how long those trade negotiations started with Toronto. Man, I sure would love to have Will Wagner back. Remember Whitcomb with his 5 errors in one game. Oh yeah, no, I don't think we'll ever forget that. That was an abysmal game. And so I just want to say thank y'all for tuning in. Everybody that's here, look, if you're listening, you've got to come join us live. We got Supreme Panda. We got Susan. We got Rio. We have got, let's see, who else is here? Tej is here. Chris Reyes. Linda, as always. David is in the house. We've got Darwin Lemon. Christian Ramirez. Emilio is here. Jamal is here. Look, everybody's showing up. H-Town Baseball Cards, it looks like, is here. Did Willie Adames $22 million signing bonus was at the top of the 182? I think so. I think if the Astros sign Alex Bregman, there will be some sort of signing bonus that he gets on top of what the contract is. So the contract may read this, but I don't know if it was on top of the 182. I don't think so. I have not heard that. If that's the case, we got Corbin here. Greg Little is here. Arthur is here. Joseph, Dorothy, everybody is showing up. Thank y'all for tuning in. We got 75 of y'all. I'm glad y'all are showing up as I watch the ticker off to my left on my X account, and I try to focus on what you guys want. So what would you guys want in return? What do you think Ryan Pressly brings? This is the first thing I think that would happen is Ryan Pressly, the Houston Astros, would have to tell another team we're going to eat at least $5 million. You're going to want to have the team that gets Ryan Pressly. You're going to want them to pay less than what was paid for Aroldis Chapman in Boston. Okay. I believe he got like 10.8 or 10.9. So you're going to want Pressly to come in under that to show that it's a bargain. You then flash his numbers and flash his stats. He still had a 3.40 ERA. He's been one of the best closers in all of baseball. Really only second to Josh Hader, who is the new closer. But to me, you got to trade him. Like, you got to be all in. You don't want Pressly on this roster come spring training. Why? Because you've already let him know that you don't want him to be a part of your club. You said that with signing Hader, and now you're actively shopping him around. The thing is, they must have talked to him a lot, and he must have agreed, because he does have a no trade clause. Stan says, Brett, does your gut tell you we signed Breggy? Yes. I think we signed Alex Bregman. Now, there are two other teams where I think Alex Bregman could go that would make it very difficult for the Astros if the Astros don't jump on signing him once Juan Soto is signed. Okay. I think, number one, the top landing place for him would be Boston, and he would play second base. He's got the best batting average of any visiting player in Fenway Park. I think they said in baseball history. I know that it's not a massive sample size, but another team is the Phillies. Corbin mentions the Phillies. The Phillies are trying to get rid of Alec Bohm. Is there a possibility the Astros trade for Alec Bohm and then the Phillies sign Alex Bregman? That would be insane. But let's talk about it after these messages. Nothing delivers comfort and joy quite like the unrivaled quality and the taste of Omaha Steaks. This year, skip the holiday hustle and bustle and save 50% off site-wide during their cyber sale at holidaysteaks.com. Plus, get a $30 reward card when you shop early and score an extra $30 off with the promo code MLB. With 5 generations of experience, Omaha Steaks consistently delivers the world's best steak experience, and their gifting experts have made it easy to deliver the perfect gift with thoughtfully curated gift packages starting at just $89.99. That's right. From legendary steaks to mouthwatering desserts and more, save 50% off site-wide during the cyber sale at omahasteaks.com. Plus, our listeners get an extra $30 off with promo code MLB and a $30 reward card when you shop early. That's 50% off at omahasteaks.com and an extra $30 off with promo code MLB. Minimum purchase may apply. Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I want to bring up something real quick. I see Greg and Chris and Corbin having a great chat here, and also Mr. Panda staying on task. I love this. I love this. Chris Ramirez. I'm all in on AJ Minter. I think he's a guy that would fit here. Look, I think Jurickson Profar. I know he's a left fielder, but why not go get him? Go get Jurickson Profar. This guy had an amazing year last year. He's really matured. He's a great player. Got a great personality. I mean, hell, I don't care. Stick him in center field. Oh, but he's not a center fielder. Teach him to play center field. I don't care. He's athletic. He's tall. He's lean. He's muscular. He hits home runs. He's good at the plate. Go get AJ Minter. Sign Bregman. Sign Profar. I don't care. Just get it done. And then right here, Brett, the Red Sox would move Devers to first. And then Corbin says, the Red Sox will have Breggy play third because they're trying to have Devers play DH. They do have Tristan Casas. Now, here's the thing. We're kind of getting into Locked On Red Sox here. But if they move Tristan Casas for a pitcher, they would need a first baseman. Devers could fill that spot. But Devers, I think, is a better DH option. Why? Because Devers is not very good with the glove. I'm sorry, he's just not. Oh, Greg, I've liked Profar for a long time. I wanted Profar before he signed with the Padres. I thought it was a mistake that the Astros didn't go get him, and he is not a very high-cost guy there. And so I do see Alex Bregman coming back to Houston. Brett, do you feel that Brown is feeling the pressure from Crane to get the job done? Look, I don't know where he's feeling the pressure from because I don't know how Jim Crane thinks. Well, hold on. I do know how he thinks. He thinks business. He thinks I have 2 titles since 2017. He thinks we've been to the playoffs 8 years in a row. We missed the ALCS for the first time in 8 seasons. What I've done has worked. Can you teach an old dog new tricks? Maybe you can. I do think that Crane wants him to get the job done because of what happened with Lunau, then what happened with Click, and now Brown is the man. They went out and they handpicked Brown from Atlanta. You've got this experience. You've done the scouting. You got to develop the farm system. So that, and again, you're talking about building the farm system. You're talking about developing the farm system. And I know you can't just go out and replace 200 innings, but you sure can get 1 or 2 other pitchers to fill those, to fill that void. You trade Framber Valdez and you get 2 to 3 top 25 prospects from a club. You go out there and you build your farm system. Maybe you're lean this next year. I don't know. It's at this point, it is chess, not checkers. It is not as easy as just plugging and playing. We don't have that Pena to step up. We do have Colton Gordon in the wings. We do have AJ Blueball in the wings. We do have Forrest Whitley, who I think is going to help in the bullpen. We have names and guys on the pitching mound, but I still like AJ Minter. There are so many guys out there. Like if you just go to Spotrac, okay, Spotrac, and you look up Major League Baseball, and if you look up 2025 free agents, I love this website, and I do not believe I have a premium. I used to have a premium membership, but I don't anymore. Like y'all cared about that. But when I look at where these guys are and who's available for the relievers, I'm looking for a lefty. Okay. I'm looking for a lefty. Matt Moore. I like that name. I know he's 35 and a half. Tanner Scott. He's probably going to command a massive salary, so he probably prices himself out. Andrew Chafin, not sure. I like Ryan Yarbrough. Do not want anything to do with Caleb Ferguson again. Let's see who else is out there. Josh Taylor is not a bad name. There are some other guys. Jake Diekman might be. I don't know. He is 37. David Robertson is 39. All these guys, they're up there in years. I mean, we got guys out there like Blake Trinan, Jordan Romano, Paul Sewald, Jake Junis. You've got a plethora of relief pitchers. Kyle Finnegan. I mean, that's a name. Kirby Yates. You've got, I mean, look at this. Jose Leclerc. I mean, Jonathan Loaiza. You've got a ton of names. You've got a bevy of names that you can really pick and choose from. And this is what I think about the relief pitching market. I think the relief pitching market has so many relief pitchers in it that the price is going to be really low for a lot of these guys. I don't think that you're going to have to pay an arm and a leg. And if you're looking to get one or two relievers, go get those lefties. Go get them. Why are you waiting? What are you waiting on? Go grab those guys. I really like that. Honestly, trading Fromber, you'd get 2 top 10 prospects and another 15 to 25, otherwise known as unknown with potential. That's correct. Again, as Wheelbite's not here, but last night he was saying, but who's going to replace those 200 innings? And that's the biggest thing. Now, do the Astros bring back Justin Verlander on a $12 million deal? I know I watched Eric shows earlier. He said $5 million. Justin Verlander's not signing for $5 million. Justin Verlander is going to sign for at least $12 to probably $16 million. Do you sign Justin Verlander to a 1-year, $12 million deal with a club option for the second year? And then if he does well this year, you pay him $15 the next year. I mean, why not? That would be a $27 million contract. That would be a team option. You would go less than $12 million. I don't know. I'm just saying $12 million. Look, he's a starting pitcher. He's a veteran. You know what? He's washed twice, David said. Yeah, no, I know we need starters. Okay, so if we need starters, let's go look who's out there. The only problem with going with starters is, okay, so we're going to go mid-range guys, okay? We're going to go mid-range guys. I'm not going to go guys that are worth a ton. Alex Cobb, not a bad name. Walker Buehler, not a bad name. Major history concerns with injuries. Cal Quantrill is a name. You could go Michael Lorenzen. That would be budget shopping. You could go with Soroka. You could go with him. He is an unrestricted free agent. Spencer Turnbull, once great. Jose Urena, you could go with him. I mean, of course, Max Fried is going to want the moon. Sean Manaea is going to want the moon. Jose Quintana, again, $13 million. Maybe you could work a deal there. Alex Wood, Martin Perez, Patrick Sandoval. No. Rich Hill, 44.7 years old. Rich Hill. I'm not going to say what he's called in the clubhouse, but you know his name. You know his name. Look, right now I'm just throwing pasta on the wall to see what sticks. I like Walker Buehler. Yes, sign high octane Bueller. Can you imagine going back to the World Series against the Dodgers and Walker Bueller being one of your starting pitchers or a middle relief guy? Okay, Urena in the Corbin, is that the Urena that got in trouble in LA? Is that why you're saying that? Because if that's him, I'm sorry. I didn't think about that. How long till we see Javier pitch? Javier will probably pitch sometime in June, I believe. That's what I believe you'll see. You'll see him in June. You'll probably see Lance McCullers in June. Lance McCullers is looking good, but hey, we got one more word from our sponsors. We'll be right back in a second. Are you ready for some football and a Monday night party? That's right. I remember that song. I know you do. FanDuel is helping you tackle the action this year. FanDuel is America's #1 sports book because right now new customers can bet $5 and you get $150 in bonus bets. That's right, $150. FanDuel Sportsbook app gives you everything you need all in one place to place live bets. You don't have to go all over the internet to find what you're looking for. In the middle of a game, if you get a hunch, you can view play-by-play action, so much more on the same page you place your bets. So just visit FanDuel.com and join today. You'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com. Never waste a hunch and make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Monday Night Party. You know I had to reprise that amazing gem right there. How's that for a live read, kids? And hey, real quick, named to the Hall of Fame, guys that narrowly made it in their last time they were eligible, the Classic Committee, I guess it's called, Dave Parker, and then also Dick Allen. Both were named as 2025 Hall of Fame inductees. We won't find about the others until this next year, January, February. And I actually tweeted at one of the voters. He literally voted for Omar Vizquel, Alex Rodriguez, and he voted for Manny Ramirez and did not vote for Billy Wagner. Like, what are you doing? Yes, the Cobra is in. Look, Dave Parker was a great player. I met him one time when he was with the A's. My father used to take me to Oakland A's games up in Arlington because remember when the National League didn't play the American League unless it was the World Series. So we would go to a series every year in Arlington. And this was like the old Ranger Stadium. This is before the ballpark. This is, their latest stadium is Globe Life. Then it was the ballpark at Arlington. Before that, it was just Arlington Stadium or Ranger Stadium. And so go there, and I got autographs from Tony La Russa, from like Stan Javier, from Jose Canseco. And then I remember Dave Parker asking him for his autograph, and he was not very nice. He was very cocky, very arrogant, but you know what? He was fun to watch play. And so congratulations to him. I also met Mark McGuire during that time. I met Matt Gallego, Jose Canseco. Jose Canseco, I actually talked to him at the hotel. It was so funny because there was this one time when we would walk from the stadium to the hotel right behind where the Rangers played. And one game I walked with Ricky Henderson and a couple other Oakland A's. And then one time when we got to the hotel, Jose Canseco got out of a minivan, looked like a taxi driver, and like 5 or 6 women got out with him. And I go, wow, Dad, that's a lot of girlfriends. And he goes, oh, those are his sisters. Canseco was a player. He was a player for sure. Oh, hey, okay. So let's talk about this. Trades will be the theme. I think we need to pay attention to that. The Astros will not be in on a lot of those trades. They just won't. And so it's just one of those things where the Astros don't have much trade capital. So don't look for the Astros to make trades, but there will be trades. I actually just read on MLB Trade Rumors that the Mariners have expressed a willingness to listen to offers on veteran right-hander Luis Castillo. That's an interesting development. I mean, we know they need like 4 bats, for them to be a viable offense. They were terrible offensively. One of the fallback options for not signing Bregman could be Christian Walker. Okay. It could be Christian Walker. And so if Bregman ends up walking, what happens? What if you get Christian Walker? Then you got your internal candidates. You miss out on Bregman, but Walker has had a really nice last 3 years. So it's just one of those things where you're going to have to wait and see. Locks for the 25 rotation as it stands now: Brown, Fromber, Arrighetti, Garcia. Garcia, they say, will be ready. Dude, how can you forget Ronel Blanco? Ronel Blanco, sir. Put some respect on that name. It will be Brown, Fromber, Arrighetti, Blanco, Garcia. Will he be ready? I don't know. They say he will, but we will have to see. Yeah, it's okay, Jeff. I made that mistake the other day when I was trying to list the pitchers, and you've got guys that are going to come up and play starting roles. You're going to have AJ Blueball. You're going to have Colton Gordon. You're going to have, you're going to see Van Way come up and get some middle relief innings as a relief pitcher. You are going to see Ryan Gusto. Ryan Gusto may compete. It's going to be between Gusto and Garcia. What is Garcia going to look like? How is he going to pitch? He hasn't pitched in a while. The pitch clock is here. It's a permanent part. I'm pretty sure he's been preparing for that. I don't think it's going to be one of those. Rio said, but JV. Hey, man, I tried to throw JV's name out there, and y'all shot that down. So you know what? Forget y'all. McCullers, Dorothy, he won't be here till midseason, more than likely. Whitley, more than likely. Matt McNeil will probably be in the bullpen. That is a good assumption. I don't see him as a starter. He never once got stretched out last year. He excelled in his role as a relief pitcher. And someone said JV is a fossil now. Wow, Emilio. Man, we're so harsh. We're so quick to abandon our guys. No loyalty, kids. No loyalty at all. But I am hearing, again, that the Mets are believed to have an offer somewhere between 780 and 800 million. And I think if the Mets go that high, let me switch to Soto real quick again, because I'm seeing some stuff on them. Nothing's imminent, but I just don't see how Cohen gets outbid. But the Yankees had a great run. Man, the Dodgers, I know he won't go to the Dodgers, but this is what's crazy. The Dodgers, when they gave their pitch to Juan Soto, they said our lineup will be Ohtani, you, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman. How do you turn that down? Of course, they probably said, can we defer like 800? Can we defer the whole contract? We pay you $1 million a year because we're going to have money problems here in a few years. And so Corbin Burns, he will not sign here. Corbin Burns, I believe, is going to either the Yankees. Corbin Burns will land in New York, Boston, or San Francisco. Those are my 3 predictions for Corbin Burns. I don't think they go anywhere else. And before we wrap up, I'm going to share with you, I had some predictions of who I thought would go where in the free agency signing. Now, I will tell you this. Here are my reasons Soto goes to the Mets, Yankees, Red Sox, and Dodgers. Mets, no one will outbid Cohen. Yankees, they never got Harper. Judge's influence was a huge boost, and they can't lose out to the Mets. Red Sox, Devers, Dominican Republic heritage, great farm system, Fenway Park. Okay. Dodgers, Ohtani, Soto, Betts, Freeman, so on and so forth. The other clubs, they don't even factor in. Now, here is my prediction for some of the free agents, and this is what I think will happen. Soto does sign with the Mets, I think. Bregman will re-sign with the Astros. Corbin Burns signs with the Red Sox. Pete Alonso stays a Met. The Astros sign relief pitcher AJ Minter. Okay. Now here's my wild card prediction. Even if Bregman lands in Houston, the Astros go get Christian Walker. They still get Christian Walker with signing Bregman. Maybe he's putting stipulations on him. I think the Yankees go out and get Eovaldi. I think Max Fried signs with the Cubs. Those are my predictions. I've looked into them. I've vetted them in my mind, and it makes sense to me. But look, guys, it's going to be an interesting, hell with it, sign Goldie. I mean, look, if we're going to sign Bregman and we're going to sign Walker, well, why not sign Goldie too? I'm joking. We can look, there's many ways this can go. Okay. The bottom line is I believe the Astros are going to get their guy. It would be one of the best postseasons ever. Chris, will they do that? I don't know, man. I don't know. But Christian Walker is older, so maybe you can talk him into a discount. You can talk him into getting back to that championship. Hey, man, remember when you were in the World Series and y'all lost? Come back with us. We'll help you win one. We'll get that ring. We'll take it to the Rangers. That's right. So one more question, and then I got to wrap it up. Brett, then we are going over the luxury tax threshold big time. I take it. Okay, yeah, let's screw it. Let's go all in. Chips all in, Crane. You know, the famous saying that I hate, it's not my money. Let him spend whatever he wants to spend. My dog's getting up from his sleep. That means I have been going too long. So I'm going to tap out here. Thank y'all for tuning in. You guys are the best audience that any Locked On show has ever had. Why? Because you are Locked On Astros Nation. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let's just pray tonight that Alex Bregman comes back to the Astros. They sign Christian Walker. Lord, please bring AJ Minter. And heck, while we're at it, go get another starting pitcher. I don't care. Trade Presley for a really awesome return. This is Htown Wheelhouse with Locked On Astros. We're your team every day. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all are the best. We'll see you tomorrow night. I promise it's going to be a fun week. And as always, go Stros.